My fun time mainly is, well, playing basketball is a fun time for me.
Hmm.
And then hang out with friends on the weekend when I can. Maybe that Saturday, sometimes I have off. I go hang out with friends, just go hang. And then at school, I think is fun to me sometimes because I'm
Right.
around all my peers. I like being around all my peers, and I'm the only child, so it helps to
Okay.
like be around all my
Right.
peers.
Hello, everyone. This is Coach Tim Brown, the author of the book Uncommon Athletes Filled with Passion, Fueled by Purpose. And I'm excited today to have a guest on the show who's really not just passionate about basketball, but passionate about making a difference in the lives of other students and the community at large. She's a great basketball player, but also using her platform in sports to be an activist on her campus and bringing attention to some things that need to be changed, quite frankly. But I'm excited about this. But remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. But today I have with me Imani Fitch. Imani is a student at Westerville North High School, great student athlete there in the National Honor Society, involved in a lot of different organizations, and is on her path to doing some great things right now. And she's truly one of those young leaders that we talk about in this country. She's truly one of those. So, Imani, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was excited about this opportunity. I've been watching you and some of the things that you have been involved in at the school there, on the court and off the court. But first of all, let's jump into this. I know you're part of the Guice family. It was a long history of basketball legacy in Columbus, Ohio. Did you feel pressure to play basketball when you were young?
No, not really. I just kind of got into the game and no one really pressured me. It was just what I wanted to do because I used to be a cheerleader and then I seen basketball and start playing. Then I realized that's what I wanted to do. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
When was that moment when you realized that, hey, I'm pretty good at this game? When did you fall in
Um,
love with basketball?
Sixth, seventh grade. I
Hmm.
mean, that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could actually like go to college and play and do something.
Yeah, I see your shirt on there, your school shirt on there. Talk about that experience and what led you to Siena Heights University next year.
Basically they recruited me during like the first week of AAU in Indiana.
Hmm.
And so ever since then, the coach has been like talking to me constantly. And I went on a visit and I liked it there. And I liked how close but far away it is as well. It's in the middle. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
What advice would you give female students as they're going through this recruiting process? Female students, because it's
I'll
a little
just give
different for girls and guys.
Yeah, I would just give advice to reaching out to coaches, making sure that they know who you are, and just playing AU is a big thing.
Hmm.
Making sure you play AU to get noticed by colleges, and make sure you pick a place that's for you,
Hmm.
not for anyone else. Somewhere that's going to help you and going to make you the person you are. So basically, just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I think that's a great word. What makes you happy and just and that whole thing, both on the court and off the court, feeling comfortable,
Hmm.
in that environment and being able to grow as a person, being able to grow as a young lady, where there's
Yep.
four young ladies, help them being successful in life. That's the whole deal about life. As we talk about your success on the court, what are some of those things you think has led to your success on the court? You step on that court. What are those things that make Amani successful?
I think just being confident and working off the court too, and trying to get that leadership off the court as well. So I think that helped gradually make me a player that I am today and a person that I am today.
Mm-hmm. What would you say are the qualities of a good teammate and a good team leader?
Just uplifting, and being a leader off the court is a big one too. Just uplifting my teammates when we're down, no matter how the game goes, what the score is, just to continue to keep going because at the end of the day, why give up?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Give me an example when you, a leader of your team, had to uplift your teammates.
When we played Westerville South the last time, I think that's when we had to uplift because we weren't it wasn't going in our favor, but we also had to realize that we have to play hard. So me and Kayla just rallied the team up and said we have to play hard and continue to play hard no matter how the game goes. And we did. We fought the whole
Mm-hmm.
time. I mean, we didn't lose as bad as we did the first time. So
Right.
I think we fought enough and we did better. So
Right.
that's really important for us.
Yeah. And I think that encouragement was, being a junior, and you'll see him twice this year. So,
Yeah.
and it's just a reminder, hey, let's just keep playing hard. Good stuff. A lot of people talk about being a student athlete, how important it is in the classroom. And you're not just talking about it, you're doing it. I understand that you're in the National Honor Society there. But can you talk to these young athletes about why it's so important to be a student first?
It's important to be a student first because, I mean, you can't go anywhere in life without having the grades. You can't play basketball without having the grades. So you'll rather just get your schoolwork done and be able to go play. So, I mean, you'll rather have good grades. That's just what it comes down to because you won't be able to do anything else.
Yeah. And I know you have a great supportive family and a supportive village. Can you talk about that family support? Because I know you have some cousins at Westerville South and North and just all over the place. Talk about that village.
Yeah, it's really good because just to know that you have family everywhere if you need help or just basically out south, I have my cousin Leah and Zoe, and my cousin Jermaine is the coach at South, so that helps a lot. Just making sure that we all stay in contact and stuff like that. I think it helps just having that support system to know that if I need anything, they'll be a call away. Yeah.
How's that game? How's that game? Is it kind of split there? The family split when North plays South
Yeah.
and cousins
Yeah.
coach. How's that game?
Sometimes we rep South, sometimes rep North. It just depends. But when we play against each other, you see the fine line of which side it is.
Right. See that line? That's good. That's good. Monty, can you talk about the support and positive encouragement from your mom, dad, and how your family has helped you stay grounded?
My mom has helped me tremendously just keeping my schedule together, making sure that I'm like on time to places. And my dad's helped me with my game basketball. He's really helped. And my family just overall just helping, making sure, supporting me, making sure I'm there on time to whatever I needed. Yeah, they've helped me a lot and kept me on a good schedule. So
What's probably the best advice your mom has given you? Give me a good word for mom.
um
Give mom some love.
the best advice is just to stay the course,
Mm-hmm.
really,
Mm-hmm.
because I think I started looking at everyone else's progress and what they're doing. And basically, she just told me to keep on my progress because everything will come eventually.
Yeah,
So
good, good.
that's
Just
the
stay the
that's
course.
the yeah, that's the main lesson she's taught me.
Mm. That's a good word. That's a good word for moms and parents. Just encourage their children to stay the course. You've been really involved in a lot of things off the court there at Westerville North, being involved in the Black Student Union there and kind of helping lead that charge. What got you involved in that? What's so important about that?
I just think it's important to like just know that we have a group for Black students and even other races to come to, just to let them know that our voices are heard. And even when I can't do everything that I can do, I just make sure that I'm an outsider that can help around the school. And, you know, that's basically what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, these last 3 or 4 years have really been some trying times, for African Americans and just, the community and some of the things that have happened. How has that impacted? How do you feel that's impacted young people?
I think it's impacted a lot of people, a lot of young people, especially since 2020. It's been really hard trying to just seeing all the stuff that's happening around the community and what we face as Black people. So I think we've been trying to do everything we can by just speaking up. I think that's the biggest thing, that our generation has a voice to speak up about all the topics and about all the uncomfortable situations that have occurred. So I think it's just a matter of making people uncomfortable that are
Mm,
not willing to speak about it and
mm,
have a problem.
mm. That's a good word, that uncomfortable word. Just making people really, and I think also just at least talk about it, at least recognize it, in a way. How have you been able to bridge that gap? You know, bringing together the community. How have you been able to bridge that gap?
Basically, it's been tough because there's some people that are my age that as well don't feel comfortable, don't know what to say to
Mhm.
speak up about, and especially with people that are not Black that are in my community, they don't know what to say because they don't want to say the wrong things.
Mhm.
So it's just educating them and letting them know that I'd rather you say something stupid or ask me a dumb question than sit back and not say anything at all. So I think that's a big thing that I had to help people realize that it's okay to say the wrong thing because we will educate you. And that's the purpose of speaking about it.
Yeah, I have this thing that I heard once, and I say it a lot now, that real change happens when the people who need it lead it. You know, when you really think about all this is going on, you got your generation one who needs to change, but also needs to lead the change. So speaking of that, what is it that drives you to keep the fight going for equality in your school and community?
It drives me just for the younger generation. I want them to see that we are smart. We can speak up, especially as Black athletes and as Black women, period, Black people. We can speak up no matter what. So that drives me for like the younger generation to know.
It's interesting you said that you're young. For me, I would call you a young generation, and now you're speaking to a younger generation. You know, it's kind of interesting that parallel, but it makes a lot of sense. You know, I think watching you, that younger generation, so to speak, those elementary, middle school students, you know, watching you and seeing you out there, it encourages them, but also encourages the older generation as well.
That helped a lot too, because I feel like back in the day, you didn't say too much about race. So now I feel like it's a time that we say a lot about race and we speak how we feel. So I think that helps the older generation as well.
You guys did something really awesome with the movie Till, the Emmett Till story that's playing in theaters. You recently played a big role in organizing over 700 students, you know, from Westerville North High School to attend the movie, not on a Saturday, during the school day. Why was that so important to you to have a diverse group of students see the movie?
I think it was important just to know that what actually happened, like to see it. And I think for people to understand, because I feel like people didn't know the real story, or they did know the story, they just didn't know how deep it was and how disgusting it was that they could do that to a young Black man. So I think that it was very important for people of all races to see what happened to a young Black man in America to just get beaten and killed for no reason. So I think it was really important.
Yeah, I was watching some interviews, the producer and director of the movie, and she talked about how she wanted it to begin on a high note and end on a high note. You know, so as you watch that movie, what would you say? What was the impact, you think, that?
Impact was that everyone was pretty emotional. I mean, during the whole movie, and I think the impact was, wow, there really is a problem. I think we know there's a problem, but how it started off as being a problem, obviously that's not the first Black man that got killed by white people. The race issue, but I think it really was like, whoa, we need to actually continue speaking about all the stuff that's happened, all the inequalities that's happened right now, because no way we should still be here at this place, and it's still racism happening. So I think that's basically what it brought us the conclusion of it.
From watching that movie and seeing everything that happened on there, what would you say is the next step? What are you excited about next, you know, that you see?
The next step, I'm excited to see what we can do to basically educate more people of why we shouldn't do this and understand why we are this way. I think that it just comes down to educating. What I'm most excited to is educate, because I feel like that's what makes us all come together, and to educate other people that come in not knowing. That's what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, it's truly a blessing that you're at a school that allows you that platform, you know, allows you that opportunity, and allows the students that opportunity, you know, for their voices to be heard. So as you think about this, what advice would you give the students? I know some other students who are watching this, or some watching this who have a desire to see change happen in their school. What advice would you give them?
I would give them to just speak up, find somebody that's a close teacher, a close admin, someone that knows what you're talking about, most likely agrees, and will do anything to help you, and speak up about it as well, and just go from there and do whatever you have to do to make your voice be heard. Talk about it, say whatever you have to say, go to any teacher, any admins, express how you feel, for you to be able to talk about what you want to talk about, do what you guys want to do to spread awareness about the injustice that's happened in the Black community.
Yeah. As I listen to you and been following you and all the things that you're doing, can you talk about how you, Amani, as a student, athlete, activist, how have you been able to excel in all these different things, these different areas?
I just think time management is a big thing for me. That's what I had to really like lock in, which is time management, and also just being confident on what I speak about and what I'm passionate about.
Talk about your passion. I mean, that's a word when I see you play basketball, or watch you on the court, even off the court, watching at these rallies, you know, how passionate you are. Where does that passion come from?
Passion comes from basically just wanting to in the basketball stand, just wanting to win. I mean, I just want to win. And even if you don't, you still come out passionate, you still come out playing hard. You'll still get honored no matter what, playing hard. And then when it comes to rallies, just I want equality for everyone. So I think that's a real that I'm just passionate about wanting everyone to feel equal and be equal.
Mm.
So why not fight for myself and others?
Great. Well, that's a great quality for a young person. That's well said. That's well said. Well, what life skills have you learned through sports that have helped you in these endeavors and things that you're doing? What are some of those skills that you learned from being involved in sports?
Basically just staying the course. I think even off the court,
Mm.
I feel like staying the course with schoolwork, staying the course with just getting up in the morning. I think that's really helped me. And being a leader off the court has helped me for life
Mm.
because I feel like a lot of people do look up to me. So having my own mind, doing my own thing, I think really helped me shape to be the person I am outside of basketball. And basketball helped me tremendously. So it helped both ways.
You being a student, an athlete, an activist, how have you been able to excel in all these areas? Where do you find the time to do all this?
Basically just managing my schedule, taking time out. I have to give a gap of studying, give a gap of schoolwork, give a gap of playing basketball, having practice. So it's just basically time management and having a support system as well to help you with that time management. Even in college, like it's gonna be hard, but still you have to have that time management. So I have to really lock in on that when I go to
Mm.
college next year.
Mm. Take me to the fun time of Amani. Well, what is your fun time? You know, proud of all this other stuff.
Um,
What is that fun time?
My fun time mainly is, well, playing basketball is a fun time for me.
Hmm.
And then hang out with friends on the weekend when I can. Maybe that Saturday, sometimes I have off. I go hang out with friends, just go hang. And then at school, I think is fun to me sometimes because I'm
Right.
around all my peers. I like being around all my peers, and I'm the only child, so it helps to
Okay.
like be around all my
Right.
peers.
Right. That's good. That's good.
Yep.
I might as well wrap up. This has been a great interview. Can you take me back to your freshman year when you first came to Westerville North and looking at it now as a senior? What would you tell a 14, 15-year-old Monty?
Um, just again, stay the course because I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to be, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I seen everyone else trying to figure out and they knew what they wanted to do. So basically just stay in the course and that you'll know and just keep working hard and lock in on your schoolwork.
Good, good. Well, I want to thank you for staying the course, you know, and I want to thank you for hanging around to find out what your purpose and what your goal is. I think you have truly been a difference maker at Westerville North. And as you look back, you'll appreciate this 10, 15, 20 years from now. You look back at the change you made, you know, when you see things continue to get better and better. And you had a start in that. So I want to thank you for that. But also I want to thank you
Thank you.
for just listening to your parents, you know, just being obedient, you know, and just following the plan, you know, just sticking in there and trusting them as well. And everything working out for the good. So thanks, Amani. I appreciate your time and look forward to following you this senior year. Go Warriors.
Thank you.